She's almost at 100 yards. You just put 30 more on. We are live.
Welcome, everybody. It has been an interesting afternoon here in Helena, and if you're not in Helena, you're not aware of the fact that we had a power outage in half the city. So thus, we're a little late getting to today's broadcast, and the score is already 14-0 Carroll on top of the visiting lights of MSU Northern. Peter Young, Joe McMahon. We got about a half an hour delayed start. We had no clock, no power, no nothing. They were going to go ahead and play the game with the officials' stopwatch being on the field. And then right at about the time they decided to do that, we got power up and running. So on senior day here at Nelson Stadium, it has been a bit of a Fighting Saints bonanza. The opening kickoff was brought back 86 yards by Ryan Gregory for a touchdown. And then on the second play from scrimmage for the Saints, Ryan Walsh went, what was it, 50 some odd yards? 52 yards for the score. So that's where we stand, 14-0. 7:57 to go in the first quarter. Saints on the season, 3-4, and it's been a long year up in Havre. Coming in 0-8 is MSU Northern.
That time, Rose looking for Stephen Delaney, a converted trackster who joined the team 3 weeks ago, came off the track team. He had played football the previous 2 years, but decided he wasn't going to play this year until they came calling. In fact, his roommate, who was Mac Roach, said, hey, we've lost like every receiver we have that I want to throw to. Can you come back? And he came back, and he's helped him out quite a bit.
I don't know if we've seen a third down yet today, have we? But we're looking at one right now. It's 3rd and 10 on the 28 for the Saints offense. It's been pretty much whatever they want to do so far. Here's another example of that. Roach with the keeper to the 15. It's a race to the pylon, and he gets knocked out of bounds inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, great call that time. Just a straight quarterback draw. They saw that Northern was dropping 8 guys, and they saw it wide open. They made a great call. Nick Hollick did. It opened up. He gets 20 yards, and they're first and goal from their own 8, or from the light 8-yard line.
Defensively, it's an understatement to say it's been a struggle this year for the Lights. They gave up 70 points last weekend. On the year, teams are getting just about 500 yards of total offense every Saturday.
They do have one of the better defensive linemen in the game. There goes Walsh down the corner.
Tackled inside the 5-yard line. Almost gets his second touchdown of the afternoon.
But keep your eye on number 91, Tyler Craig. He's one of the best defensive ends in the conference. He's very active. He just doesn't have a lot of help out there defensively. But that's a kid who will end up on the Frontier All-Conference team. So happy Halloween, Peter. There you go.
Yeah, there you too, Joe.
It's one of those days, right?
Wild and woolly, crazy afternoon here at Nelson Stadium. That is for sure. We were told as well that the power may go back out again. If it does, we'll try and bring you back as soon as we can.
There goes Dylan Green.
And it's going to be a lot more of this throughout the day. So it's 20-0. 6.5 left here in the first quarter, and it is all Carroll.
Dylan Green in from 3 yards out. I think that's his first touchdown of the season. Check that.
Dylan Green, no, that's his 5th.
His 5th. I stand corrected, but good for Dylan. Sticks it in the end zone. Carroll has been looking for a running game all season long. That has been what's missing offensively for them.
The extra point is good. So it's 21-0. 6:36 left on the clock, first quarter. When you talk about the missing running game, again, that's an understatement. Coming into today, Carroll's dead last in the conference in rushing by a long shot, 300 yards shy of Rocky Mountain. They're averaging less than 100 a game.
And what happens is that obviously puts a lot of pressure on Mac Roach to throw the football down the field. And he has been working with new receivers just about every week. As we mentioned, Chase Lawson came off the stretch here. Peter, he's playing for him now. He's one of their go-to guys. They also got Stephen Delaney. But they look at the kids that they've lost. I mean, not just to graduation, which happens every year, but also, Dylan Simak can't play. Kyle Griffith is hurt. Connor Phone, their talented freshman, is hurt. So all those kids lost for the season. And they've had to rebuild it. Mac Roach has been under pressure all year long. That game last week against Montana Tech was a prime example. Tech knew Carroll could not run the ball consistently, so they kept coming at him, and they just pinned their ears back. And frankly, I think they sacked Max 6 or 7 times in that game, and they hurried him numerous times. Other than that, he was throwing off balance, throwing from his back. It was just He was just pushing it, pressing it, trying to make plays. And when you do that, you end up making mistakes, and that certainly has happened to them.
Yeah, that Montana Tech loss was not pretty. It seems like, whenever there is a vacuum, what do they say? Nature abhors the vacuum. And so whenever Carroll has a down year, it seems like Tech and Southern kind of rise to the occasion. That's what happened in 2012 when they tied for the conference title, and Carroll missed the playoffs. And now this year, the big game is going to be next week when we think Southern and Montana Tech will both go into that game with basically the league on the line with one loss.
Yep. One game will determine that league championship, probably. That was Gabato on that return. He bobbled the football, recovered it, but we have a penalty flag on the field, landed about the 29-yard line. Here is the indication. Face mask call against Carroll.
That's the second defensive penalty of the afternoon for Carroll. While we were away trying to get things figured out, there was a late hit on the Carroll defense. The Lights offense couldn't capitalize on it. So every time Carroll has touched the ball, the kickoff and then both offensive possessions, they've scored.
Let me give this to you right now. Ryan Walsh, 5 carries, 97 yards. He's averaging almost 20 yards a crowd.
So you think about it, Joe, Carroll as a team already has 125 yards. They're averaging less than that a game this entire season.
Exactly. Zach McKinney.
Oh, good open field tackle.
Running by the leg and did not let go. That was number 10 for Carroll College, coming up to make that play as Weimar. A senior defensive back out of Nampa, Idaho.
24 seniors acknowledged today before the start of the game. And interestingly enough, during that ceremony, the power was still out, so one of the police squad cars was kind enough to come out onto the field at about the 10-yard line. As the Lights quarterback goes down.
Yeah, and he just about had his football heading into the end zone. James Dowkin had a beat on that ball and broke on it, just couldn't bring the ball in. He was trying to get the football to number 17, Messerly, his number 1 receiver there. But Dowkin playing that safety and playing it strong all year long. Well, he's the anchor of that defense. He saw that coming just about that at 6.
Brings up a 3rd and 7.
Carroll's going to bring one linebacker, rush 4.
There's a completion. And so that is Gobato. And I believe that is their second first down of the game, I think. Correct?
Correct. Yes, that's their second first down. Jess Cron stood in there, stood in the pocket, took the hit, got rid of the football, and hit him on stride.
Finishing up the senior day story. So the squad car is on the 10-yard line, and with the, I guess like the PA microphone in the car, they announced the seniors. So where there's a will, there's a way, right?
Yep, I've never seen that.
Oh, there's your pick. Horrible throw. Carroll with it to the 35. Tackle is broken.
Tucker
Johnson to the 20. Finally, opposite side of the field, run out of bounds.
Well, from left to right, he took it about 40 yards, but he actually ran about 70 because he came down the field and cut across. But a nice job, Tucker Johnson, and a replay coming up.
Well, just a horribly thrown ball. Our defenders love this, don't they?
Yep, they do. That's a scramble. Jess Cron really has been hot and cold. He had 2 passes dropped.
Yep. And nice passes, too.
Very nice. Early on. And then he comes up with something like that, which is not what he wanted. That's Connor Polson again. He's in that wildcat position, so I've not seen him throw it out of this. They usually let him go, and he's been trying to run the football.
Nice job by the Northern defense as they meet him right about the line of scrimmage. This is exactly what Carroll needed, Joe. They're in the midst of a 3-game slump. The last time they had a 3-game losing streak, I'm trying to think who was in office. Was it Clinton or was it Bush? It's been a while.
It's been a long time. Patrick Barnett in on the stop that time for Northern.
No gain on the play, so 2nd and 10.
Fossum, a big receiver. He was a redshirt freshman, true freshman. He's split wide to the left, 6'5", Glasgow. Roach back in there behind the center.
Looking left, nobody open. Still nobody open. Great job by that secondary for the Lights, as Roach is just going to keep it. He's actually going to lose about 3 or 4 yards on the play.
He was looking for Arnson on a little down and out, and what happened is number 12 for Northern, that's Garrett Fowler, just blew that play up. He took advantage of that 5-yard contact rule. He put Arnson on the ground, and that just blew up the whole timing. And Mac had to pull the ball down and run. Didn't get a lot of yardage out of that. Mac lost some footing there. So it's 3rd and long. Carroll hasn't faced many of these today. 3rd and 13.
Arnson, a true freshman at 5'8", 170, or is he a redshirt freshman? Okay. Not a big guy.
He's looking his way again.
Throw a little low at the 10-yard line, so that brings up a 4th and 10. You're up, what, 21-0 here in the first quarter. They're going to go for it or just kick?
I think they'll keep their offense on the field and see what they can get here. It is senior day, so I know Coach Van Dies would love to be able to get some of these kids in who have not played much this year and give them a chance, but we're not to that point yet. We may see JT Linder, their 2nd-string quarterback. He played a little bit last week, but he may get in the game.
Despite the gaudy score, Roach is not exactly off to the best start throwing. He's 1 for 4. Did have that nice run for a first down. To throw again.
Plenty of time.
4th and 13 into double coverage at the 5-yard line. Pass is made, and it's a first down.
That's the tight end with that reception. A great catch that time. Connor McGree just stayed with it. And Roach threaded the needle, threw it in there, but all kinds of time to throw the football, no pressure.
He had a lot of green in front of him, too, if he wanted to run.
Yeah, I think he had more total time to throw the football that play alone than what he had last week in the second half against Tech, because they were waiting for him when he gets set up. So Roach right now off to a pretty good start. I mentioned Ryan Walsh. He's run the ball 5 times for 97 yards already.
Run to the left side. Nothing doing on 1st and goal.
There, nice job defensively. Number 90 on the defensive lineman. That's Patrick Barnett again, coming up to make the tackle. So Northern, obviously a learning year for them in their first year. Head coach Aaron Christensen.
Tough year. Boy, they've got 3 seniors on the squad. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. Now, it wasn't that long ago they came in here and they'd give Carroll a game every single time. Looks like Carroll's going to take a timeout.
So 2:41 to go in the first. Again, it's 21-0. Carroll just jumping all over MSU Northern, trying to stop that 3-game slide. Talking with Jarek Walcott before the game. Coach Van Dies' record against Northern, while he's been the head coach here at Carroll, I want to say they've won 32 out of 33.
I believe they have, yeah. They've won the last points. And Northern challenged for the conference title a few years back, in the years that Mark Sampson had that team, had them rolling. But Carroll's always seemed to have their number. It's a strange year. How many times does Carroll lose to Tech twice in 1 year? And that happened this year.
Yeah, and I want to say I saw that stat. I was looking at one of the newspaper reports, and I think you got to go back to the 90s. It's before Van Dies' era, I believe.
Coach Middle's done a great job over in getting that team ready to play every week in and week out. And they've had their own quarterback problems due to injuries.
Yeah, McQuarrie is not going to play today, right?
No, he got injured here last week, and he only played about a quarter here. They ran out of the Wildcat numerous times. Dawson Reardon, their backup quarterback, he still can't go.
So Eastern's at Tech today. Western's at College of Idaho. We've got our game here, and then Southern is at Rocky Mountain. So the Southern Rocky Mountain game could be an interesting one. But Tech at home against Eastern, the thought is that they'll handle that, and then you'll set up that marquee matchup with Oregon, Southern Oregon and Tech next week.
And that's in Butte, is that right?
I'm not sure where that one is actually.
Not either. I'll have to check. I can listen. Second here. Find that out. I will. So a motion procedure call against Carroll backs him up.
Well, we've seen a little bit of everything this year. We had our first game versus Southern. We had that lightning delay of a half hour.
We did. Yeah.
Power outage today.
Well, we can say this with confidence that today is the last home game here, so they won't
No
be in the
playoffs this year.
No
Nope.
playoffs for Carroll. They move Roach around now. He's up under center with washed behind him.
Second and goal from the 12, play action. Plenty of time. Receiver open at the 5. Nice open field tackle.
Olsen.
That's that second nice tackle by that Saints defender, Jesse Morales, number 7, junior linebacker from California.
Garrett Jerichoff, also one of the DBs up there to help on that tackle.
I get the feeling there has not been a whole lot of open field tackles by anybody this year for the Lights. Last in the conference in offense, total defense, probably a lot of other categories. But, you know, you look right up next to Northern in total offense is Carroll, 7th in the conference in total offense. Third and goal. Here you go, touchdown pass.
Andy Ritter. Ritter gets a touchdown pass, and he hasn't had many of those opportunities.
That is only the 4th reception of the season for Ritter, and you're right, first touchdown.
So 9-yard touchdown pass from Andy Ritter.
15th TD toss of the season for Roach. 27-0. We're still in the first quarter. Remember, the Lights gave up 70 points last weekend.
Giving up 28 here, and we're not through the first quarter.
28-0. We were talking about those ROTC guys. It's going to be a long day for them. A lot of push-ups.
Yeah, I think I might have to fake an injury if I'm on this right now, right? All of a sudden, my elbow will be really sore. I don't know how much gunpowder they brought, but I hope they got enough of that because things been going off.
So Hamill once again to kick off. I don't think we're going to see much punting today from Carroll.
Oh, that's a good point. Ferguson may not get on the field. To hang this one up, it'll be returned.
Caught at the 4.
It's Jet Robertson.
Forward progress to about the 15. You got a Carroll player a little slow to get up. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Lights offense. They have had a couple first downs. I don't think they've been into Saints territory. They got close on that first drive.
Yep.
Right about midfield. Now that penalty, the 15-yarder, was about half of that drive.
Yes, it was. We did get word, too, that the volleyball game scheduled for 5 p.m. at the PE Center this evening has now been moved back to 6 p.m. due to the late start here.
And don't forget to turn your clock back tonight. Handoff on first down.
It's McKinney. Not much running room. Nice job that time. I think that's Summerfield. Yeah, Gus Summerfield, the senior. Came up and made that tackle. Chased him down from his left defensive end position. Gus is a senior from Vaughan, Montana.
Doesn't move like he's 265, does he?
No.
Pressure coming. Pass a little high.
Yeah.
In and out of the hands. That's Robert Sharps with the hit. That has been at least the 3rd pass that a Lights player's got their hand on it. And it's going in and out.
Not been able to bring in. And the first one, Jake Messerly certainly should have caught. It was down here on about the 41-yard line. He laid it right in his arms.
Beautiful throw. Thrawn again to throw, and I don't know who that one was intended for, but no white jerseys in the area.
It's right behind the intended receiver. So here comes the punt team.
So Carroll has scored on the ground, through the air, and on a kickoff return. Let's see what they do on a punt return.
We're going to send Dalgan and Gregory back.
They're going to have great field position no matter what happens on the return. They're both standing at about the 40 or the 38.
Not much of a crowd today.
Pretty darn good punt.
Yeah, they should be able to cover this. Northern should.
Field at the 35. Couple good blocks. And returned into Lights territory, tackle down at the 47.
Jet Robertson down there to make the tackle. So Carroll starts again, short field, start in light territory.
You're saying you like that kid's name, huh, for football, Jet Robertson?
There you go, off your return, man.
Yeah, you don't want to be the Propeller Jones, right? Or
That's right. Andy Ritter wide to the left. Nice to see him get a touchdown today.
Well, his older brother was in the end zone quite a bit, wasn't he?
Yes, he was. There's Polson.
They're pretty high on this kid, aren't they?
They are. They like what they see from him. He's, as I said, he came out of high school as a quarterback, but they see a great athlete. He turned down I had heard he turned down a full ride offer to Idaho to go play football there, and he decided he wanted to come here and he wanted to come play for a championship every year and be part of this Carroll tradition. He liked the academics, program that was offered here, so here he is. So he was a big-time recruit.
And I tell you what, it is a good time if you are a wannabe running back at Carroll, right? Because you had 6 years in a row of just studs with Demery and Rinker.
Yes.
This year, just no one has stepped up. No. So it's wide open for a kid like Polson. Roach to throw. Oh, a great catch made at the 35. Good hands.
That is Degree again, I believe. Number 85 came up with that ball, one of the tight ends. Yep.
We have McGree now. Is that his second catch of the day? He came in with one catch on the season.
Yeah, I'm looking for number 48 there.
Well, Dawson's, I've seen him on the sideline, and I was probably thinking the same thing you were.
Where is he?
Where is he, right?
Can he play, or is he
He's suited up. He is suited up. So actually, that is it for the first quarter, and it has been all Carroll. 28-0. They scored on the opening possession on the kickoff, and it has been lights out ever since. MSU Northern, I'm looking at the DAX stats. They've got them for 6. How many total yards? 38 total yards?
Yep.
38 total yards. Carroll's got 163. On and on it could go. Let's take a break. We'll be back second quarter. Right after this, 20-0 Carroll. Peter Young and Joe McMahon back at Nelson Stadium. Thanks again for tuning in to today's broadcast, which was delayed about a half hour. So if you were not with us at the start, when we came on air, we have a power outage in town that has apparently been taken care of. Game got started about a half an hour late, and it's been all Carroll in the first quarter, 28-0. Now with the ball, Roach going into the end zone, and another touchdown. Wide open Saints player.
Ryan Arnson, or Troy Arnson, excuse me. Ryan's his little brother plays for Helen High, but Troy Arnson just ran a seam route. They let him go, so 35 yards.
Hard to tell if that was a blown coverage or the Lice defender just kind of tripped. But he was at about the 10, and Arnson was wide open at about the 1 when the ball got there.
So it doesn't take them long. They scored 4 times in the first quarter. And it took him 6 seconds here to score in the second quarter.
And it took about 10 seconds to score in the first.
Yeah, that's true.
Right?
That's a good point.
However long it took him to run 86 yards. 35-0, and the route is on.
I'm going to count. I'm going to see if those guys actually do 35 push-ups or if any of them are slacking. I think the leader's doing it, but there might be one guy in the middle. He's lagging. Well, we feel bad for Northern. Obviously, they have a lot of work to do. But Coach Christensen has the right attitude. He said, we're going to learn every game, and we're going to get better next year. We'll be better. We're taking our lumps this year, but cupboard was kind of bare when he got there. Obviously, with changing the head coaching up there, and they had an intern head coach last year, as Mark Sampson was let go during fall practice 2 years ago. So it's been difficult.
Carroll is going to get to work on their kickoff coverage today, that's for sure. But this one will be a touchback. Well, the Lights assistant coaches in the booth next to us, not a whole lot of emotion here in this first half. They've seen it all. I mean, it's been a long season.
Well, it makes it obviously tough to get up and go to work every day. I mean, you got to keep that positive attitude. You want to keep these kids coming back, and you're trying to build the program, not bury it.
Right,
so
right.
What they need to do is to keep their heads up and recruit and get ready for next year.
First and 10. That was either a miscommunication or he was expecting number 85, Kagan Kamena, to have about a 50-inch vertical.
Yeah, and get down the field much further than he was because that ball was overthrown by a good 10 yards. Carroll still with their first team D out there. You see Summerfield, who's on the defensive line there. Goggins still in there at the safety. We anticipate we'll see some of their backups should this continue. That's McKinney.
Got about two.
Yeah, I think Summerfield in there on that tackle as well. Nope. It wasn't Summerfield. It was number 94, who's had a pretty good year for Carroll this year. It's one of their defensive linemen, Kyle Smith, coming back after a pretty bad injury last year that kept him out. A cooking accident. He got burned by some hot oil. Didn't play.
3rd and 8. No one to throw to. Hit as the ball is released.
Got a flag in the backfield.
And that may be hands to the face of the quarterback.
It's a personal foul. Yeah, roughing the passer, so it'll be a automatic first down.
Well, that's the third one against this Carroll defense. So Cron stepped in there and absorbed the hit, got the ball off. But, was it me, Joe, or did it kind of look like his receiver heard footsteps as that pass was coming? He did.
Yeah, he pulled up. There's been a 3-2, actually, pretty severe hits here in the secondary that Carroll's put on receivers for Northern. It's McKinney who's got nowhere to go. Bull Meyer grabs him from the back and pulls him down. Got some help from number 93 in the front. Gets him in the front. That is Elliot McGill who's in there getting some snaps in. But, Carroll, we saw James Dowden before we got on just tattoo a kid, number 88. And I'm not sure if he's back. Has he come back into play?
I was going to say we needed to look for him. He did walk off under his own power. He got his bell rung really hard.
Seth Romley, a wide receiver, a freshman. He got hit really hard.
Well, first quarter total stats, Carroll gave up about as many penalty yards as they did offensive yards to the Lights, and that was a crazy decision.
Jess Cron was lucky that ball wasn't picked off because he was getting a lot of pressure, and he just threw that thing up hoping somebody would come down with it. Alex No, Nate Heinrichs had him by the legs.
Somebody in white was what he was hoping.
Yes.
And it was almost somebody in purple. So 3rd and 11. Pressure up the middle. Escapes the rush, gets the ball off, not even close to his receiver, Messerly.
Yeah, it's the
But
pressure
at least
that
he got
time.
the ball off in time.
Came from Buster Gomez, a senior defensive lineman from Sanger, California. Got his hands on him, spun him around. Anytime that happens, even if the quarterback escapes, Peter, as you know, it breaks up the timing and of the route. So it looks like another northern punting situation.
Kind of takes a Carroll bounce. And so it will be 1st and 10 for the Carroll offense, right about the 35-yard line. 13-16 to go in the first half. 35-0.
I don't know what Jake Conan did, but Coach Van Diest is not happy with him right now. He's down there just chomping on him and doing the old finger thing, and when that happens, Coach is not. So he must have missed an assignment or something. But it's 35-0, 13 minutes to go in the first half. Things are going to be okay today, I think.
It's been a tough 4 years for these seniors.
It has.
You know, you come to Carroll 4 years ago, and you kind of expect to win a championship or be there in the finals.
Yep.
They have not been to the finals since 2011.
Right. They got to the semis last year and lost a tough one here at home. But
Semis in 2013 as well, wasn't it,
Yes.
when they lost in double overtime to the Cumberlands?
But so this group of seniors got very close, but couldn't get over the top. Before Coach Van Diest came in the Coach Petrino era, it was, you get into the playoffs, and that was a really, really good year just to get in and play. And they built that program up to the point now where if you're right, as you said, if they're not in the semis or in the finals, it's a down year. Coach Van Diest should take a lot of credit for that. They are, what is he, won 85% of his games? Just an amazing record.
I think that number has gone down a little bit. It's still over 80%, but what is he now? He's at 81%.
81.
This year hasn't helped.
Not sure what we're waiting for here, but we're ready to go.
50 yards of penalties on the Carroll defense, 39 total yards for the Lights offense. That's not good.
There goes Walsh.
Almost broke that one, gets thrown down at about the 41-yard line.
Yeah, Tucker Dunn, a junior from Hamilton, came up to make that tackle for MSU Northern.
Carroll averaging 9.5 yards per play. MSU Northern averaging 1 yard per carry.
Yeah. Right now, obviously, Northern a little overmatched. That's Polson.
Bounces off the tackler. Stiff arm, should have the first down. Finally taken down by Patrick Barnett, junior out of Billings.
Barnett stuck with him, but Polson, strong kid. We'll put Dylan Green back in. It's got to be a little disappointing for Dylan because he's been waiting for 2 years now in the shadow of a pretty good running back, Dustin Rinker.
Yeah.
And he's getting his chance this year, and it just hasn't gone his way. He has not been the go-to guy that they thought he might be when they brought him here.
I got to give it to him on first down. It's been this kind of a year for him. That may be another face mask as the flag is down.
Looked like somebody had a hold of his face mask there. Number 2 in on that tackle right away. Tucker Dunn. I think you're right.
I don't think we've seen an offensive penalty today, have we? Or did Carroll have one?
They had a false start. They had a procedure call, 5-yard procedure call when they were down here.
So the 15-yarder gives him a first down, puts him into Lights territory. That is actually the first penalty of the game for MSU Northern.
I wouldn't be surprised at the end of the year. Certainly in the playoffs, Carroll won't be there, but Southern Oregon and Montana Tech, I would think, have obviously a very strong chance of getting in. But Eastern Oregon is very solid, and so is Western, MSU Western. And don't forget about Rocky. Walsh, not much room there. Tiptoes to the end. Carroll's kind of lost their spark as Dunn comes up to make another tackle.
Well, you talk about those schools that have a chance for the playoffs. Oregon is right now ranked number 1 in the nation, and they were ranked number 1 when these two teams faced each
Yes, they
other
were.
to kick this season off, which started off very promising for Carroll with the win.
Yes.
Tech is ranked 10th, and then Montana Western is ranked number 16. So if Tech wins today, you wonder if some other teams will lose ahead of them, and then that will be kind of the marquee matchup in the country, number 1 versus a team ranked top 10. Setting up the screen,
Delaney.
Delaney with the reception, and good job pursuit by that Lights defense. So that gains about 3 or 4 yards. Going to set up a 3rd and long.
Up quickly to make that a tackle for the Lights, Garrett Fowler, a linebacker out of Belgrade High School. He's a sophomore.
I find it fascinating too, talking about that ranking, Joe. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but Carroll ties the all-time record, about 186 weeks, and then the very next week they're out.
They're out.
It's amazing.
After they tie it. Lots of freshmen and sophomores on this roster. You mentioned just 3 seniors, but wow, there's a lot of really young kids.
They might get back in this week as well. They're going to win today. If some other teams lose, they were receiving votes in this latest poll. Somehow Roach felt that pressure coming and just throws this one away. So they went for it on 4th down in the first quarter.
They're going to punt it away.
They actually had a punt.
Yep. I'm going to let Torgerson punt the football.
Which, again, probably the smart football decision would be to go ahead and, go for it on 4th down. But you're up 35-0. At this point now, it becomes a kind of a sportsmanship decision, I would think.
And I'm getting old, and I think I'm losing it. In fact, I know I am. But I swear, Dylan Torgerson was not wearing number 13 when we started the season. I think he was wearing 80, either 88 or 86. Then those are the numbers that Delaney took 86, and 88 is that Fossum kid. But he's wearing 13 today.
Were you waiting for me to agree with you with that comment?
That I'm getting old? And
or say nothing.
You don't need to.
I'm going to down it at the
That's
wall.
not
How about
bad.
that?
The number 13 works pretty well, right? That's not bad.
Oh, that's fantastic punt coverage.
Can't do it much better than that. Much more progressive and productive than the fake punt I saw the Indianapolis Colts do a few weeks back.
How about that poor kid from Michigan? Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
The rugby player?
Yeah. 10 seconds away from winning that game, or
Oh, my goodness. Something like that. I thought it was 8. Was it 8 seconds or 10?
It may have been. I don't know. But all you got to do is punt the ball and you win. And you lose to your in-state rival. Talk about a way to quiet the big house, right?
I mean, you could not have done any worse, really, if you just fumbled and fell on the ball, or a bad punt.
Snap over the head.
Bad
nothing. Yeah.
Going to throw from the end zone. Going deep. Nice looking throw.
Messerly,
nearly caught at the 40.
Yeah. Ryan Gregory's running step for step with him, but Messerly had 2 opportunities on that ball and almost pulled it in. That would have been a sensational catch. Now, how can he almost make that catch and then he drops the first one they threw to him that landed right in his hands and there was nobody there, right? It's football.
Yep. Well, the wind is whipping pretty good here. You can kind of see in the upper right-hand portion of your screen, a couple of those flags, almost 90 degrees. They're going to run on 2nd down, try and get a little bit of breathing room to perhaps have more room to punt.
Yeah, Zach McKinney carrying the football, and one of those tough linebackers, Dawson Osborne for Carroll, another senior out of Sheridan, Wyoming, makes that tackle. And you look at that, they're along their defense. So many of those kids are seniors in that linebacking position. They've got some underclassmen that are playing defensive line, but they're going to lose Dowgan, and I believe Dowgan's a senior. Let me double check on that. Yeah, they'll lose James Dowgan, but they'll also lose a lot of their defensive players.
Another pick right at the 15-yard line. Great hands.
Great hands.
Can they get a block? Touchdown.
Touchdown, Carroll College, and that is Shane Durbin. Durbin picks it off, rumbles in from about, 17, 18 yard, 20-yard returns, thereabouts.
So the senior who was honored before today's kickoff with a very large contingent of his family and friends gets the pick 6. So special teams, offense, and now the defense have all gotten on the board today for Carroll.
Shane Durbin, Lewiston, Montana.
$42-0. 9:05 to go here in the first half. Carroll all over the lights. So 9:05 to go in the first half, and that one again into the end zone. I was telling you that the kickoff return team was going to get a lot of practice, but
Well, they're getting some exercise.
you get some exercise, getting wind sprints basically.
That's about it.
Keeps kicking it out of the end zone.
Running down the field a little ways and turn on and running over sideline.
So the Lights offense comes back out onto the field. They have run 20 plays and have yet to gain 40 yards.
Saints first team defense still on the field.
And the Saints' first team defense has been the best offense for the Lights. They've given them 50 yards in penalties.
It's McKinney. He stood up at the line of scrimmage. Just a host of Saints there to take him down. Jake Conan was there. Got a light player slow getting up. It's one of their linemen. Looks like number 77, if I see that correctly. Pete Morales.
Pete Morales.
Yeah. Either he lost a contact or he got the wind knocked out of him because he's the trainer. Here she comes. I don't know if she was watching to see if he was really going to get up or.
It is hard to tell what's going on because it looks like he just grabbed something off the ground.
He's grabbing his right knee area. They didn't bring many guys. I didn't count their men out there, but 11 on the field, and there can't be another 20 maybe?
Yeah, 20, 25 maybe.
On the sideline?
You're right. It's not full. But he's up, and he's going to be a little gimpy, but he looks to be not too worse for the wear. You'd think somebody would come out there and help him because that trainer, she's not very big.
He leans on her.
He's going to mush her.
Yeah,
He's 295.
She may be Superwoman, but she's not carrying that guy off.
Nope. Well, again, we're not trying to make light of it. He does look like he's going to be fine.
I still have not seen number 88 come back out there, the wide receiver who got hit pretty hard by James Dalgan real early in this game.
And again, he walked off on his old power.
He did, yeah.
But he's going to have a headache. He took a shot. But the reverse here.
It's Messerly.
Nice looking play.
Very nice. Jake got to the outside, picked up 11 yards, and
Almost a first down. That was a great tackle. Is that Wymore?
They're going to bring the chain ahead. Yeah, it was Wymore with the stop. But
great pursuit. So a bit of a bright spot for the Lights offense. They get another first down.
Better looking play there. Last week, Tech just pounded him with the running game, and I mean just Nolan Saraceni, 273 yards himself on the ground. Just tore Carroll up.
So 1st and 10 from the 35. Handoff on first down. Going nowhere.
Yeah, going nowhere, going backwards.
Is that Durbin?
As soon as he turns, I'll tell you who it is.
Yeah, he's turned about 3 times now,
35.
Joe.
It was, yeah, no.
Yes, come on.
It was Buster Villa Gomez again, in on that tackle from his left defensive end. I should recognize him.
Those numbers are camouflaged on
Yes,
their
they
backs.
are.
My goodness. 2nd and a long, 12. Throwing to the back, out of the backfield, and he takes a shot at the 40. Nice gain on 2nd down.
Yeah, it's Gabato again with the reception with the tackle for Carroll. Right in on there is Shane Durbin, who already has a pick 6, 15-yard interception return for a touchdown just moments ago.
Gabato, the 2nd leading rusher for the Lights. So 3rd and 5. 7 minutes to go, first half.
Carroll's going to drop 8, rush 3.
Nice throw. That's going to be short of the first down.
Yeah, pass completed, but they closed quickly and made the tackle. Prevented.
Well, Messerly is their go-to guy.
He is.
But, you know, he has done a couple things here in this first half that are not indicative of, you know, what a top receiver is going to do. A couple drops. And then on 3rd and 5, you don't run a 4-yard out.
Nope. You got to get deep enough to get that first down.
So they're going to
Didn't do
punt on 4th and 1, which, you surprised?
No. Greg Tucker made that tackle for Carroll. Closed quickly, kept him from getting that first down. So good play.
Yeah, down
Tucker.
42-0. Why not, right? I don't know. Fielded at the 21. Gets a block. Foot race to our side of the field at the
That's
40.
Dowgan.
Cut back. Dowgan to midfield. He's got a couple blockers. One man to beat to the 20. He's going to go all the way. Yes!
Touchdown, Carroll. Wow. So James Dowgan, I didn't pick up where he started from, but that's at least
21-yard line.
21-yard line. So 79-yard punt return for a touchdown.
How many other ways can you score, right? Kickoff return, punt return, pick 6, throw, and run. Am I missing something?
Well, Dowgan has not been returning punts all year. I mean, this is the first time I've seen him in that position.
Oh,
We've got
oh my gosh. Flag
Got
down.
a penalty down here, and we missed it. It's right down here in front of us.
No, that's not good. So it's right about the 35-yard line. That was a long return. You're crossing from one sideline to the other. There's a lot of opportunity for somebody to get flagged.
Fans down below saying, wave it off, pick it up. Can't really do that when it's actually happened. So
I did a game up at Idaho the other day, last Saturday. Paul Petrino, the head coach, star here at Carroll in the 80s.
Right.
And they must have waved off 3 flags. They threw it, talked about it, and waved it off. 3 in one game. All right, so I'm going to cross out on my notes that 79-yard punt return for a touchdown. Instead, it is going to be Carroll ball, 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Dowgan, a senior, he'll still talk about that 20 years ahead, right?
Yep.
Gets back together.
That'll be
Remember
a
that time
tie.
around?
That'll be a tie game. 99-yard punt return. You know,
betcha.
4th quarter. Nice run on 1st down.
Yeah, that's Polson. Carry that time. Picks up 11, 12 yards on the run. They're trying to feature Connor Polson more today than they have in a long time. Getting him more carries. Again, he went for 101 yards last weekend, running the football. First back to go over 100 yards this year for Carroll. And that was so commonplace last few years with Carroll, you know, with Rinker and the kids that came before him. But
First 100-yard rusher this season, right? In
the
the game?
first of the game, for Carroll. First back to go for 100 yards, and he's their backup to the backup.
Oh, it's good. If
There
that,
it is.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
you know, the start of Southern Oregon, what would he have been? 3rd string, 4th string, or even further?
He caught a touchdown pass in that game, and there he is on another carry. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but they've been starting to use him more. Last week it was a lot out of the Wildcat formation. He and Walsh got the bulk of the carries against Tech.
Where you think about how much has changed since that game you and I did, Southern Oregon. They beat the #1 team in the nation. It was not pretty, especially for Mac Roach. He had a tough game. I remember last year he had, 4 interceptions the whole year? He had 3 that game, didn't he?
I think he has.
But they got the win. Polson played well. Connor Phone played well.
Yep. They found a way to win in the end.
Yeah. Fake the throw.
That's Walsh.
Walsh breaks one tackle, trying to keep going.
Good job that time by number 2 coming up to make that tackle. Tucker done.
Still short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and short, just shy of midfield. 4:27 and counting here in the first half, which has been completely dominated by Carroll, 42-0. Remember, we got that late start to the game. It was supposed to be a 1:05 kickoff. They started introducing the seniors about 9 a.m. this morning. There's 24 of them.
Yeah.
My goodness. But that was a nice sight. It's a great tradition.
Absolutely.
And since then, though, it has gone pretty quick.
Eric Dawson, he is down there. You're right. I saw him. He's standing right by Coach Holly. He just hasn't been on the field for a snap. I'm not sure what's going on there.
All day to throw for Roach, and he's going to finally run, gets back to about the line of scrimmage, and will be shy of the first down. So that is 2 straight possessions where the Lights defense has come up with a stop.
Yeah, they're going to punt the football. Here comes Torgerson right now. And I don't think it's a lack of confidence in their offense to get those extra yards. I just think Coach Van Diest says, okay, we're up 35-0.
42-0.
42-0, excuse me. I lost one there.
You blink, it's going to be 49-0.
Yeah, but let's just punt the football and play defense.
Sun poking in and out of the clouds here at Nelson Stadium. It was kind of a raw, windy, moist morning. But now it's perfect weather for football. That one a bit of a botched punt.
Yeah, Nesserly
reception.
came up like he was going to field that punt, and at the last second stepped back, which is a little dangerous. And the ball bounced out of bounds, but sometimes that goes off your knee and the other team's on it before you can recover.
Well, that is 2 really good punts in a row for Torgerson. That
Yes,
last one down
good
at the
point.
1, this one at the 5.
Yeah, 2 excellent punts.
Remember last year we had that flamboyant Reese Felton, the Aussie,
Yes.
with the red locks, handling the
Absolutely.
punting duties.
Yeah. He was a pretty shy kid. Didn't like
Oh
to draw
my gosh,
attention to
yeah.
himself, right?
You know, a couple times he came off the field dancing, and Van Diest had him by the shoulder pads.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny.
McKinney trying to get to the corner, and there's no corner. It's shut off quickly.
No, he's about 2 yards away from getting to safety. How about Ryan Tannehill in the Miami offense on Thursday night
Yeah.
with that safety? Center was thinking on 2, Tannehill was thinking on 3, and
That's never good, is it?
nope.
It always ends bad. That was Adam DeBrucker, on the tackle.
So 2nd and 13. Lights offense has got about 95 yards to go for the score, and they're going the wrong way. And this is where they got themselves in trouble on the last possession with the pick 6. So now you look at a 3rd and 13. It's another throwing situation. And you got to wonder if Christensen is just going to say, you know what, run the ball, get about 2 yards if you can, and we're going to punt this.
Carroll Conan's coming off into the game, number 34, Tucker Johnson. Sophomore out Billings, has been playing quite a bit this year. He's got a bright future, 2 more years of eligibility here for Carroll.
Vaughn will be throwing from his own end zone. They're going to roll him out. And boy, the timing on that one was horrible. And that was not to a backup, a freshman who's just coming on. That's his top receiver.
Yeah, that's Messerly. Wymore had the coverage, and he was behind him. He was a couple yards away, so he was there. But you're right, that ball was thrown to the rock.
Hey, yeah, that may be an
3 yards
indication
upfield.
too. I mean, I kind of got on Messerly for that last possession. They needed 5 yards. They turned it 4. That time he was trying to get the first down, and Cron just felt a little bit of the pressure coming and threw the ball early.
So Carroll's going to have great field position here with 2.5 minutes to go the first half.
Set to receive at the Lights' 44-yard line. High snap. Punter gets it off. It's
Gregory.
a horrible punt. And he fields it on the run at the 35, no, the 25.
How'd he hang on
and
to
takes
that?
a shot, but hangs on.
Number 33 timed it perfectly. Brooks Dunn came up and smacked him right when he caught the football, but Gregory hung on to the ball. I mean, a fair catch right there. Your coach would be pleased with that. 1st and 10 from inside the 25. But nope, he's going to catch it on the run and try to make a play.
Well, net punting this year for MSU Northern has been atrocious. It's 33 yards.
Yikes.
And so on that one, what did they were at
20.
the 3-yard line of scrimmage? Yeah, 3 yards, so 18 yards.
18 yards on a punt. Yeah.
So you got 2:17 to go in the half. It's 42-0. Carroll's not trying to pile it on the Saints defense, and their offense has just been so abysmal. It's just been too easy. looking to add more points here on this drive.
That's
And
awesome.
a great defensive play. That's
Really
again
good play.
number 7. Is that a good first half, Morales?
Jesse Morales came up and made the stop on Troy Arnson. They're trying to set up a little slip screen out there.
That may lose about 7 yards.
And Northern's done this all year long. They've had moments where their defense played well, and then they give up a big play or they give up a kickoff return, and before they know it, they're down, such as this, 42-0. But they have something to build from, that's for sure.
They're going to call it a loss of 5 on the play, so it's 2nd and 15. Roach feels the pressure, rolls out, decides to throw, passes complete, and it'll be right at about the original line of scrimmage.
I believe that's Walsh with the catch out there.
So it's third and 10.
Yep.
Clock stops at 1:28 to go in the first half.
Roach gets his running in this game. In these games, he comes over between plays. He's getting the play directly from Coach Hallett. Sun's coming out this afternoon. Beautiful day. And the power stayed on.
Into the end zone. And pretty good defense by the Lights. Tipped and incomplete.
Tipped at the last minute. I think that was that Delaney running that route or Fossum? It's Fossum. That was Chase Fossum, the freshman, trying to get down the sideline beyond the secondary.
So 4th and 10. That's the 3rd straight possession for this Lights defense where they have not given up a touchdown. So that brings on Hamill to try the first field goal of the afternoon.
38 yards, Peter, I think is what we're looking at here. Yep.
Good snap, good hold, and a bit of a line drive shank. No good. 3 straight possessions that the Carroll offense comes away empty-handed. So 1:18 to go in the first half. A glimmer of hope for this Lights team. First half stats aren't going to be pretty.
Nope. It's finally starting to see some substitutions. Isaiah Seck is checking in. The linebacker, he's a true freshman out of Helena High School. Wearing number 43, and he just made a tackle. First play, he's in there. Stops McKinney in the backfield. But kid that wore number 43 the last 4 years here at Carroll was pretty good.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
They could have used him this year.
Yes, they could have. So they'll spread it out this time, the Lights. Looking for some spark here.
6 completions with that one for Cron in the first half. He's also got 2 completions to Carroll. He's had 2 picks.
That pass complete to 85, Kagan Kamene, and he was not very happy with the defensive back that came up to make the tackle. I don't know if he felt he was a little over aggressive, but there was a little push in there. Another 3rd and long, and Northern seems to be in this a lot.
Yeah, 3rd and 8. This may be the last play of the first half. Clock winding down to about 17 seconds. And if Cron is going to run the play clock down, he decides not to. They're going to run it, and so this probably will be it for the first half. It's going to bring up a 4th and change. Game clock at 2, and so that will do it. A dismal first half for the Lights, but a dismal season as well. For Carroll, it's just what the doctor ordered. 42-0. Right from the get-go, they were all over the winless MSU Northern Lights. They took the kickoff back 86 yards, and it's been all Carroll since then. So it's halftime here at Nelson Stadium. We got off to that late start, but well worth the wait. We'll take a bit of a break, and when we come back, we'll go over the first half stats and have the second half for you. All set for the second half. Peter Young and Joe McMahon, thanks for spending your Saturday afternoon with us. First half dominated by Carroll from the opening kickoff, 42-0. Some of your first half stats, not pretty for Northern. 64 yards of total offense, averaging less than 2 yards a play. Carroll, 250 yards of total offense, 158 on the ground. Good news for Coach Van Diest and his staff. 92 through the air. Ryan Walsh, 9 carries, 109 yards and a TD. Matt Roach, 9 of 14 for 2 TDs and 92 yards.
Yeah, these are stats that we're familiar with seeing with past teams from Carroll College over the past 4 or 5 years. And this is the first time that they put up these kind of numbers in the first half against a team from Northern that's struggling.
Thought about bringing it out of the end zone, but instead they wisely take a knee.
Yeah, Jet Robertson changed his mind as he took a step and said, now I'll just kneel down here. We'll take it 1st and 10 up on the 25. Yep, 250 yards from Ryan Walsh is the second running back for Carroll this year to go over 100 yards. Connor Polson did it last week, but he now has 109 yards.
Carroll coming into this one with a 3-4 record, eliminated from the playoffs, losers of 3 straight. Got a couple more away games left as that pass is dropped, second drop of the afternoon by Messerly.
Yeah, it's a little quick swing pass out to the side, trying to get something going up the sideline there, and Messerly dropped the ball before he looked upfield before he caught the football and dropped it.
So Carroll's at Rocky Mountain next Saturday, and then they finish off the season at College of Idaho down in Caldwell, just outside of Boise.
4-man front right now for Carroll.
Draw play gets about 5, so well-designed play, brings up 3rd and 5.
A nice job that time. Another linebacker, Carroll in on that tackle. That is number 40, Dawson Osborne. So when you look at graduation this year for Carroll, they're going to lose Osborne, Durbin.
Roach
will be gone. Adam DeBrucker, James Dowgan. Their defense is going to get hit pretty hard.
Going to go throw on 3rd and 5. What a one-handed interception.
Ryan Gregory.
Wow.
You don't see any better than that. Jumped up, grabbed it with his right hand, pulled it in. Interception, Ryan Gregory. Unbelievable play.
Wow, can you say ESPN top 10 plays of the day?
That'd be a replay game play right there. There you go.
Please tell me we can do that on replay, folks. Yeah! Show it again. Let's take another look.
Just keep showing that, right?
Look at this.
It's 42.
Here it is. Wow.
Yeah, that's an athletic play right there.
You guys have got to send that into ESPN. That was amazing.
One-handed, grabbed it at the peak.
3rd pick of the afternoon.
There's
Here on
Ryan
1st
Walsh.
down, Walsh with a nice run.
And they finally ride him down as he crosses the 40-yard line in light territory. Going for a little ride that time, Garrett Jerikoff, the defensive back out of Hilmer High. There's Osborne. He's now into the game finally. Eric Dawson, the tight end that we said we hadn't seen in the first half.
He might have been in the doghouse.
He could have been, because I don't think he got out there on a snap. I think he sat the entire first half, so you're right.
1st and 10, handoff.
Walsh.
Off the right side, one man to beat.
Alex Rodriguez got a hold of his jersey and spun him around and put him on the ground.
Pickup of 7 on 1st down.
Walsh has been their most consistent back out of the backfield this year. He's not a north-south. He'll get to the end and get around the corner. They like to sprint him out on that zone read.
Well, what comes around goes around. This is what Tech was doing to Carroll last week on the ground, right?
Absolutely.
Tech averaging, Carroll today, averaging 8 per rush.
Yeah, and I mean, it just opens up the passing game, obviously. You got to respect that run. You've got to get guys at the line of scrimmage and be prepped for that.
Good job of getting something out of nothing, as excellent penetration by the Lights defense into the backfield.
And that was Walsh again, in on that tackle, number 92. For the Lights, Lane Urich, junior out of Great Falls High School.
3 straight possessions to end that first half. And Carroll came up away empty-handed, the Carroll offense. So
Missed a field goal.
missed a field goal, had to punt 2 times. So we'd like to be able to convert here on third down. Pass is complete, and it should be enough for first down. Had to get to about the 29-yard line. They're going to mark it at the 27.
Rodriguez with the tackle, Dawson with the reception, his first reception of the afternoon. And they'll chain gang will head east. So Carroll on the move, looking to tack on another score here, leading by, well, 6 touchdowns right now.
Handoff straight up the middle. Is anybody even going to get their hands on him? They do. They tackle him at the 9-yard line.
Yeah, that's Walsh again. He's having a great second half thus far. Logan Sprouse, the DB from Allen Hancock, California, came up to make the tackle, but not before he gets inside that 10-yard line. It's first and goal for Carroll. So Walsh coming off.
He's closing in on 150. Yeah, he's almost there.
In a big game.
Well, you mentioned Dylan Green, and it's been kind of a frustrating season for him.
Sure.
2 carries, 4 yards today.
Yeah, it's been Walsh and Polson most of the time here. And Dylan started out as the starting tailback this year against Southern Oregon.
Play action to Walsh. Roach is going to throw it wide open in the end zone. Touchdown. Too easy.
Yeah, that's McGree. He's just standing there and waiting for the ball to come. So a 9-yard touchdown pass.
So there goes the cannon, and push-ups are coming for the ROTC guys as they're getting their workout today. They got either 48 or 49 up next. All the extra points have been good today, but that last field goal attempt by Coulter Hamill was kind of an ugly duck.
It was. He heard about it when he came off, too, from the special teams coach. That's his head coach.
And that one is good. So it is 49-0, 11-17 to go in the third. And Carroll takes the ball on the first possession of the second half and just marches straight down the field. Third touchdown pass of the day for Mac Roach. $11-17 to go, 49-0. Peter Young along with Joe McMahon. Carroll to kick off once again.
So for Northern, 64 yards total offense. What do you do here to start the third quarter? Your first offensive possession. You got to find something that's working here. And for them, I think their most consistent play has been giving the ball to McKinney and just trying to pound the ball ahead. But offensively, they're pretty limited.
3 first downs on the day for the Northern offense. 3 first downs courtesy of the Carroll defense. Carroll now at over 200 yards on the ground rushing. Good sign. That's been a long time coming. And they're going to take a knee right at about the goal line. So bring it out to the 25. Good decision. And see if they can get something going. They did give up 70 points last week. But their offense also came up with one of their better days. They scored 30 points at home.
Yeah, I saw
They
that.
haven't sniffed even Carroll territory today, have
Haven't
they?
threatened them. No, not at all.
Actually, they may have gotten into Carroll territory on that first drive because of that penalty. Or they got close.
It's stalled just inside that 50-yard line.
So 1st and 10 on the 25. And they give it to McKinney, and he just gets hammered.
Yeah, the defensive front for Carroll College is definitely winning the battle at the line of scrimmages. That time, number 40 for Carroll, Dawson Osborne, into the backfield. waiting for the handoff, made the tackle on McKinney. He didn't have a chance to get started. And when they go to this empty backfield, obviously Carroll knows what's coming, and the pass rush is raining down on Cron.
2nd and 12. Cron to throw in and out of the hands. So that's about the 4th drop of the afternoon.
Ball a little high. He had his man open, though. Running a pretty good route was Romilly, and that's number 88. That's the kid we were looking for. He is back, which is nice to see. He's the one that got hit pretty hard in the first quarter. Remember that?
Yeah, good call. Now that may have been a case of he's going to be hearing footsteps for a couple weeks.
Well, that would be.
After that hit.
I'm hearing footsteps, and I wasn't on the field. But he threw it just a little bit ahead of it. He ran a pretty good route.
3rd and 12. Tough day for Cron, 6 of 22 with 3 picks.
3-man rush.
Oh, and a beautiful strike. Best play of the day for the Lights. This may go all the way. There you go.
So all of a sudden, out of nowhere,
Jake Messerly.
Messerly pulls it in, and that would be a 77-yarder.
77-yarder.
77-yard touchdown pass.
Well, Cron, there have been a couple times today that he has delivered a nice deep ball.
Yes, he has. And that time, Messerly ran a great route, ran away from the corner. There we got a little life from the coaches next to us.
So for Messerly, that is his 3rd touchdown reception of the season. They finally get on the board with 10.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. And the extra point is good. So it is 49-7, 77-yard touchdown reception from Cron to Messerly. Cuts into the deficit. We still got over a quarter and a half left. Well, with one play, the Lights double their offensive production. They got 144 on the afternoon. 77 of them on that last pass play from Cron to Messerly. So 49-7 the score, 10:31 left in the 3rd. They now have 125 yards through the air and still only 19 yards on the ground.
Yeah, no running game to speak of this afternoon for Northern. Jamie Toscano, their kicker, has it teed up, and his body style there, body type is a little different.
Oh, onside kick. How about this? And Carroll fields it at the 40-yard line. So not a bad kick, but the Lights players that should have been running that down were like 5 to 10 yards away.
They're late getting there. Yeah. Goes out of bounds. It'll be Carroll football. They'll have it at their 41-yard line. But what I started to say there, Jamie, is they list him at 5'8", 210 pounds. He's a big boy. Who was for so many years, maybe he's still there, the kicker for the Raiders, the left-footed guy that's kind of a character himself.
Oh, not Jankovic or something like that.
Janikowski?
Janikowski.
Is that it? Yeah. Out of Florida State, I believe, if I remember right.
Eastern European guy, though, right? Wasn't he? Like Polish, I think?
Yeah. Not much of a character.
And why did you bring him up, by the way?
Left-footed.
Left-footed. Okay.
Kind of a
He's a kicker.
pudgy guy. He's a kicker.
Got it.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to follow the line of thinking.
Good luck. I'll leave a bread trail next time.
Gain of about 1 or 2 on first down. So it's 2nd down from the 42-yard line, clock running.
Roach still in the game. His team up 49-7.
Senior, though, I mean, don't you think he's going to leave him in quite a bit?
Yeah, I think so for a while. Oops.
Yeah, he's going to go down. That's a huge loss.
Yeah, number 90 just overpowered the offensive guard for
Patrick
Carroll.
Barnett.
Yeah, great job. He gave number 58 for Carroll. That's Tyson Butler everything he wanted and more. They couldn't keep him out. So Delaney and Walsh will check in. Polson coming out of the game. It's third and a bunch for Carroll. Probably what, 20 some yards? It says
They
30,
still haven't put up on the board. Yeah, 3rd and 23.
Northern's going to send 4. Carroll gets the ball complete. There's Dawson.
Dawson back to the original line of scrimmage and nearly gets the first down. Yards after the catch were impressive. Tackling about the 49. He's going to be about a yard short.
He is. Carroll going to punt the ball? Yes, they are.
So another stop for the Lights defense with 8:43 to go.
Yeah, I think you're right, Peter. Something was up with Eric Dawson. Either he had been in Coach Van Dies's doghouse for the first half or something was going on there because he's been out there all of the second half
It
thus far.
looks fine.
Yeah, he's not hurt. And in a season like this has been for Carroll College, that doghouse is pretty large, so I'm sure he had some company, right?
He had some room there,
Yeah, it's more like a
The
barn.
roommates, right? A revolving door too.
Yes.
Guys in and out.
So good job defensively that time by MSU Northern. Their offense scores first time out. Carroll comes down and scores on their first possession, but second possession, Northern shuts them down.
Boy, they have done a nice job punting today, and that's going to go just into the end zone almost for the 3rd time today. No, they're going to say it goes out of bounds at the 5. So that is the 3rd time today that they have pinned the Lights within inside their own 5.
So Torgerson may end up as the Special Teams Player of the Week in the
Yeah.
Frontier Conference. That effort. Let's see who's coming out defensively for Carroll. First team still out there. See Bomeyer, Kyle Smith is there. Dowgan's out there at safety.
So 1st and 10 on the 5. Late second quarter, this is where Cron threw that pick 6. Or was that 3rd quarter? No, that was 2nd quarter. Again, from his own end zone. Nobody open. Now he finds his wide receiver. That's the running back, actually.
Yep, out of the backfield, Mario Gabato. Makes the reception. Carroll gets him on the ground, but picks up the first down. Dowgan comes up to help make the tackle.
2 good throws in a row for
Yes.
Cron.
And he's a junior, I believe, right? And Jess Cron is a junior. No, he's a sophomore. Out of Hawkinson High School in Washington.
So another first down for the Lights. 3 straight completions. Messerly with the reception, but maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah, closing quickly with Shane Durbin. Came up with another tackle.
Wind picking up here now with about 7.5 to go in the 3rd. You got 4 wide receivers, 2 of them stacked on our near side, your far side. A little handoff, nice little play call there. Caught the Carroll defense a bit off guard.
Yep, Carroll looking in a prevent or a little pass defense there. Dropped 8 guys and they ran the football. The Lights did effectively before Adam DeBrucker got up there to make that tackle.
Another first down. Cron to throw again. No, he's kind of finally found his stride.
He has.
And get some nice pinpoint passing here again to Messerly.
What about, 15 yards to Messerly? The defender fell down. And the ball delivered on stride. Messerly caught it this time, and 3 straight plays, first downs, and they're moving the football, Peter.
By far their best looking drive.
Yes.
That last drive was really just a couple plays and a long TD pass. Here now they've had 3 straight first downs.
Make it 4.
Make it 4. Yeah, nice running by number 24, Zach McKinley.
McKinney, Durbin rides him down, but not until he picks up another 11, 12 yards. So Carroll defensively back on their heels at the moment, and that'll get the attention of their head coach.
I was going to say, this is not going to make Ventis happy.
Dominique Coles checks in. Coming out is Bo Meyer.
So this is the first time they have run a play within Carroll territory. Nice gain on first down. Make it 5 straight first downs here on this drive.
Yep.
Wow.
Got to give credit. I mean, Northern's going to play till the end here. They stay after it. Coaches next to us, the Northern coaches, are watching and enjoying the game, sitting back and just kind of
Finally got something to cheer about.
Life over there.
So the Lights offense had been pretty much moribund through about 2.5 quarters, and now these last 2 drives.
Well, 64 yards in the first half. They picked up that on this drive.
Yeah.
Darn near. Gabato with the catch. So that breaks the string of consecutive first downs, but they do pick up 5 yards on that play. It just seems they're getting in a rhythm here, a little more confidence, you know.
So 2nd and 5 on the 22. Handoff to Gabato. Gabato with a nice effort, might pick up a yard or 2. It's still going to be 3rd down, just shy of the 20.
Cole's in on that tackle along with Kyle Smith for Carroll. I would say here definitely a 4 down territory if you're obviously Northern. You're down 49-7. You might as well, if you don't pick it up, go for it again.
3rd and 4. Cron to throw to the end zone, in and out of the hands.
Almost making a nice catch was number 88, the kid we talked about got hit early in the game. That's Romeli. And a good attempt. Ball just over his fingertips. So they'll keep their offense out there, Peter. They're going to take another shot at it here. Are they going to take a timeout? They are. Official timeout.
Did he get off the field? No, he's still on the other sideline. He's on the Carroll sideline. And so the trainer had to go back out for him again. Took his helmet off, so he's going to take a bit of his time to get back to his sideline.
So laying out to make that catch, he obviously dinged himself again. You'll want to be absolutely sure they can get back in there after a hit that he took in that first quarter. You know, the concussion, that's a scary situation, and he may have, I'm just guessing here, but dove for that football, hit his head on the ground again, and came up a little woozy.
He was slow to get up, yep. Yeah. And so the trainer's helping him over to the sidelines. Got his helmet off.
She's been busy.
She has been busy.
Yeah.
So 4th and 4, 4:37 to go in the 3rd. They're going to go for it.
Carroll's going to set up a 3-man rush and bring a linebacker. In fact, they'll bring 2, bring in 5. Here they come.
Into the end zone, and no flag.
Yeah.
Incomplete.
Greg Tucker was over there with him, and it looked from here that there may have been or Tucker Johnson, excuse me. It looked like there may have been some contact, but the official right there on top of it said nope. So the Saints take over, but a nice drive from Northern. Definitely move the ball down the field. They went 25 yards on a run, 23 on a pass, 23 on another pass. I mean, they moved the ball right down the field.
Well, I'm glad you're getting your DAC stats updated, because I'm sure not. I got to go in and out every time. There we go. 1st and 10 from the 21. Handoff.
Polson.
Going to gain about 5 yards. Well, Walsh has had the big day. He's at 154 yards, averaging nearly 12 a carry. Polson with that run's going to be over 30 yards on the day.
And Carroll closing in on 200 yards. I don't think they've had 200 yards in rushing all season long in any game.
I thought they already had it, but they did, but they took it off with that sack for Roach.
Oh, okay.
They were at 203. This is not going to help much either.
No, good job defensively that time for Northern. Jordan Brucio, defensive lineman from Billings West High School, came up and stopped Polson in the backfield, grabbed him by the legs, and hung on.
Well, this third quarter has been a bit of a sputtering attempt for Carroll, as really the team with more life has been MSU North.
Yes, it has.
But when you get down 42-0 after the first half,
And for Carroll, 2 conference games left. I mean, they've got to go to Billings and take on a very good Rocky team, a team they barely beat here.
they set up the screen, just going nowhere. Again, they're going to lose about 2 yards on that play. They did that earlier here in the third quarter, and just got nowhere.
Yeah, they're trying to little bubble screen to Delaney, catch the ball and let him use his speed. Kid can really run, but it was blown up from the start. He's talking to Roach right now because that football, not exactly where Delaney wanted the ball to be thrown, but comes with timing, and they haven't had a lot of chance to solidify that connection this year. Obviously, Delaney not expecting to play football until 3 weeks ago when he came out to help him out.
Another pretty good punt for Torgerson, fielded at the 29-yard line by Messerly. A lot of horizontal running, takes a shot at about the 42, but excellent field position for the Lights with 2:25 to go in the third.
Let's see if they can keep that offense going, get that momentum back that they had in the last drive when they took the ball and went right down the field. Yeah, they went 10 yards, 13 yards, 12 yards, 15 yards before Carroll stopped them.
Stop at the 46-yard line. Another nice gain on first down for McKinley, who just seems to be running with so much more confidence. Same thing with Cron when he steps back there in the pocket.
Yep, just a little spring in his step, that's for sure. Villagomez again on that tackle for the Fighting Saints, the senior defensive lineman.
Whoop. Bobble on the snap. McKinley picks it up, and they're going to lose about 10. Hard to tell if that was actually intended for Cron or if that was supposed to go to McKinley. I think it was supposed to go for Cron.
Yeah, I believe it was supposed to, but it was an awful snap.
That pins him back to the 37, where it will be third and long, third and about 14. Third quarter winding down, just over a minute to go.
Carroll sending in a couple linebackers. Great call.
McKinley with the catch. And ball comes out, and they're going to whistle down. Nope. Down at the 45. Carroll players wanted the fumble. Not going to get it.
Tucker Johnson begging for the call. He's not going to get it changed. So Northern will punt the ball away into a pretty good wind.
Yeah, he will be punting. The wind's kind of blowing across the field a little bit. Again, they have not done many things well this year, and punting is another category where their net is not very good.
Dylan Barnes, punter.
Takes a Lights bounce.
Ryan Gregory.
Gregory with a little nifty move.
There he goes.
Look at this. Here we go. We've seen this before. Had a touchdown called back earlier and nearly breaks this one. Shoestring tackle at the 35. And no flags.
Michael McKean came over and made that tackle after Walsh got around the punter. McKean came across the field and somehow got his hand on his feet and reached out, tripped him up. Otherwise, Walsh is in the end zone.
Is that Walsh or Gregory?
Or Gregory, excuse me, you're right. First name's right? It's Ryan. There we go.
12 seconds on the clock here in the third, 49-7. Time for one final play, maybe two.
I'd like to see him get the ball to Fossum. He's split here on the left-hand side. Big, tall kid. He's got about 5-6 inches on his DB.
They hand it off on
Polson.
first down. Straight up the gut
Yeah,
to
he's
the
gone.
5. Touchdown.
32 yards, Connor Polson.
First touchdown of the afternoon for Polson. Now Carroll is over 200 yards on the ground on the day.
Yeah, it's nice to see the true freshman get a chance to carry the ball. Getting more carries today than he has throughout the years, so he's enjoying senior day here.
Just a freshman, he'll be back. Bright future ahead of him.
Extra point is good. So 56-7 with just 6 seconds remaining in the third. Carroll continuing to pile it on. (56-7) with 6 seconds to go here in the third. The secret, folks, I'm going to give you the inside dope to an effective broadcast is a nice big coffee beforehand,
Right.
a couple pieces of candy in the second and third quarter, and then when you're really dragging, you get out your doTERRA essential oils, you stick your hand out, you put a little peppermint
Okay.
on there, and then you kind of rub it on the back of your neck.
Back of my neck.
Yeah, or you like just go front of your neck, whatever, and you then just kind of you stick your hand above your, breathe in, take a couple deep breaths, and you are ready
this
to
legal?
go. Ready to
Okay.
Hey, shh. Of course it is.
Thanks, Peter.
Yep, there you go. Now, that makes for great TV when you can't see any of that.
That's right. People, you don't want to see this, folks. I'm telling you, it's not pretty.
And then here, you combine it with wild orange.
Oh, there's more.
Yeah, you put a little 2 drops of wild orange. If I can get it out of this little vial.
Wow, this is like a cocktail.
There you go.
There you go. Same
And
thing.
you rub it around.
Yeah. Back of the neck.
Back of the neck. On your cheeks. Breathe it in.
Speaking of things I've never done before, this is it.
Yeah, there you go.
I've seen before. Thank you, Peter. I'm ready to go.
Yep. Okay.
And we've reached the end of the third quarter.
Yep. We have reached the end of other things to talk about. All right, we'll take another break. 1 quarter left, 56-7, Carroll on top. One quarter left here at Nelson Stadium, 56-7. Carroll all over the winless Lights of MSU Northern. It has been a long season for Christensen, their first-year head coach for the entire program. It's been a long season for Carroll, too. They needed a game like this after losing 3 straight.
They did. That time they just throw a little flare out there to McKinney, trying to get him loose in the corner out there. Can't hang on to the football. Pretty good coverage that time.
Out there with him was number 40. He's had a good game today on senior day. And that's just another other than Dawson Osborne.
Third and 7 for Northern. Crone has had a good second half to throw, and that one was not a good throw.
My word. No, he threw it right behind the receiver and almost into the hands of Robert Sharps. Trying to get it to number 80. And that is Logan Mirnick. His brother, Jared, played here. Logan is a senior out of Centerville High School.
Northern back to punt. We've seen this before.
Yep. And if you remember the last time, one of the last times they punted the football, Dalgan took it to the house, but it was called back due to a penalty.
So they're going to kick it away from them. They kick it out of bounds, and it's going to be right around the 40-yard line. At the 45. So first and 10 for Carroll. I think we're going to see a new quarterback.
Yeah, it looks like JT Linder's going to take over.
Nope, check that, number 12. We are going to see a new quarterback, but it's going to be, that is the Tanner Gustafson.
So I don't think he has played receiver at all today, has he?
I stand corrected. Tanner's going out there to play wide receiver. But you're right, it is Linder, the backup.
Oh, and then
junior.
Linder is in,
Yep,
yep. Okay,
yep,
so
okay.
you got
you have two of them on the field. But
two backup quarterbacks on the field here.
right.
First and 10.
Okay.
And they got to let him hand it off on first down. Nice play call. Nearly another first down.
Yeah, nice run that time.
And I think that was number 28 on the carry that time.
I still could not see who that was.
Major Alley is his name. He is a freshman out of Gig Harbor, Washington. It wasn't Walsh.
Hand it off to him again.
Yeah, I think that's who it is.
Yeah, a little 5'7"
look at
guy,
him go.
low center of gravity, nice running.
Wow.
Two straight calls, and he picks up almost 20 yards.
Yeah, just good motor. Just keeps those legs chucking and not real big, but
So some substitutions on the offense right now for Carroll. They're moving kids in and out that haven't had a lot of chance to play. Elvis Coyne, a wide receiver out of Big Timber's in.
he will split wide to the right side. Linder's giving it to Alley.
3 straight running plays here. So down to the 34-yard line. Just going to try and run things out here with 13 and a half to go in the fourth quarter. It has been Carroll from the get-go. They returned the opening kickoff 86 yards and never looked back.
Check that, it's 29. It's not Alley, it's Travis Knoll. He's a senior out of Big Fork who has run the football the last few times here.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, he showed up on DAC
Yep.
stats.
Sometimes telling that 9 from an 8 from this distance is a little difficult.
Yeah, again, whoever designed the jerseys this year did not have you and I in mind.
No, he didn't.
Oh, my goodness.
So Knoll getting some carries here, and there he goes again.
Just shy of the first down, so it's going to be a 3rd and medium, about 3rd and 5. Clock continues to run, now about 12:45 to go.
That is one of the benefits of a blowout on senior day is that you can get those kids in. You know, the kids that haven't played a lot through their careers here at Carroll and give them a few memories here in their last home game. Linder is a junior, so the heir apparent to Mac Roach. There's a little girl on the far sideline. I don't know if you've been watching her, Peter, but she is doing nothing but cartwheels, and she is just all over the place. See her over there? She boundless energy.
Hey, I am focused on this game here.
No,
Partner.
you're handing out things for me to sniff to keep us
Hey,
going.
come on. That was almost a pick. That was a bad throw.
close.
That was a bad throw. So now, is it 3rd and 4? It's 4th down, yeah. So
It is 4th.
I wonder if they're going to let this offensive unit try and go for it on 4th down.
Yep.
They are. Punter's staying off the field.
Now she's doing a little balance beam work. I'll keep you abreast of what's going on over
Thank
there.
you.
She's
You're
here.
going to do the play-by-play for that?
Yep. I'm watching the dismount. You got to hit it. If you want to 10 for me, you're going to have to land it without, you know.
Linder's going to run for it.
There he goes.
He's going to get it. First down and then some, knocked out of bounds at about the 19-yard line. Had to get to the 24, and so has plenty enough for the first.
Run out of bounds that time by number 7, Jesse Morales. So Carroll gets ready for Rocky next weekend.
A team that always plays Carroll tough. Jason Armstrong, their head coach, has done a great job getting that program back up to
Brian
where it is,
Armstrong.
or Brian Armstrong.
Noel again with it. Hard guy to bring down.
He's running hard, making the most of his opportunities here.
Where they been hiding him?
That would be the question his parents are asking, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, I told you so.
yeah,
Like every parent, right?
exactly. Somebody uncovered out there. See that?
Yep. Now 2 guys ran after him. And instead they're just going to hand off and Noel gets stacked at the line of scrimmage. Not a whole lot of animation from the MSU coaches in the booth next to us, but before they snapped that play, they were banging on the glass. Guard him! Somebody.
Yeah, that Southern Oregon Tech game next weekend, that's going to be quite a ball game. I'm going to look back and check their roster here, or their schedules, find out where that game's at. We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah, 2nd and 9. Pitch to Noel. He might get in the end zone, and he does. Travis Noel, touchdown.
Nice. Good for him.
Well, that's certainly his first score of the year. Is it his first score of his career?
Yeah, it very well may be. Yeah. He takes the pitch and gets to the corner, beats everybody out there.
9-yard TD run, and they're up into the 60s now. So 2nd straight week that this MSU Northern defense has been as porous as a, well, fill in the metaphor, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Nope. Makes the extra point. 62-7 our score.
It is safe to say that will not come back to haunt Carroll today.
10:22 to go in this ballgame. Thank you. So 10:22 to go in the ball game, and it is a 62-7 score.
A lot to not a lot. Very little. This one's going to be returned.
Fielded at the 4, and dropped down at about the 20-yard line.
That's one of the first ones Gabado's brought back out of there.
I'm looking at the highlights of ESPN's Game Day with Lee Corso's pick in front of the Temple Owl and the Philly Fanatic.
Mm-hmm.
And he went with the Fighting Irish. Oh, wow. Philly Fanatic didn't like it. How about those Temple Owls, though? That's a pretty good story for college football.
For a basketball university, known for their basketball team year in and year out. They're usually pretty strong. And yeah, they're undefeated. What are they, 23rd? Ranked 23rd?
21, I thought.
21? Yeah.
Back in the day, I actually played against Temple. I was in the same conference with them, and boy, they hammered us pretty good a bunch of times.
Zach McKinney, nice run that time. Picks up close to 10 yards before being tackled by Greg Tucker. Or Tucker Johnson, excuse me. Tucker Johnson with that stop.
One yard for the first down. Clock running, 9:40 to go. Crone has had a pretty good second half. That one just delivered right on the money to his favorite target, Messerly, but he drops it.
Drops the ball. Pretty good coverage right there. Making the hit after the ball arrived was Dominique Cole, senior out of San Jose.
Got to wonder what Crone's numbers would be like if he didn't have all those drops. They're not pretty. Now, again, he had that pretty good third quarter, but he's looking at 12 for 34, 3 interceptions, and 1 TD.
Tight end lined up on the right side this time for the Lights. Let's send.
3rd and 1. Looks like they're going to run it,
Yep.
and they are.
McKinney.
Did they get the first down? Yeah, nice running.
Really good run.
And we have a Saint defender down, and somebody's grabbing his knee. That doesn't look good.
Graham Bogomil with the tackle for Carroll, another senior. I have not got the number of the kid that's down. Yeah. Coach Van Diest out there right away. Coach Van Diest usually doesn't go out on the field on an injury unless he senses it might be something pretty serious. That's one thing of Carroll this year, Peter, is that the trainers have been pretty busy with knee injuries. It just seems it's been predominantly knees this year.
Well, predominantly on the offense, too, right?
Yes. Yeah, receivers. The receiving course has been blasted with knee injuries.
So Simac went down. Griffith went down even before the start of the season, right?
Yes.
Phone went down. All with knee injuries.
All of them. Every single one of them. Yeah, it's rumor is Dylan's going to try and come back next year for a medical red shirt, play next year, but he's got a long road ahead of him. Really severe injury for Dylan.
Scores from the Big Sky, 44-38. MSU loses to North Dakota. So they dropped to 4-4 on the season, 2-3 in Big Sky. Portland State is up 2 scores on Montana in the first half, 14-0. Portland State with a pretty good year, 6-1 in the season. One of those wins against Washington State, who beat USC.
So you made the connection then.
There you go. Portland State should be able to beat USC.
To beat them, right?
Coaches love to do that. I still can't see who this
I think
is.
it's Shane Durbin.
It's the
No,
left
it's
knee.
not. It's Isaiah Sack. It's a freshman.
Oh boy. And there you go. That's Coach Van Diest helping him off.
Yeah, it is Sack. He is a true freshman.
And left knee is dragging.
And they are really high on this kid, obviously. I mean, when you're a true freshman and you're playing some at linebacker, there's not very many kids that have come before you that have done that, but the last one that I remember wore number 43 as well. So that means they've got high hopes for this guy, but he is not doing well. So we're back at it.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Saints. Excuse me, for the Lights. Messerly with another reception. Messerly's numbers are going to look pretty good,
Yeah.
but those drops don't show up on the DAC stats.
No. It's David Barnett in on that tackle for Carroll.
Messerly with 6 catches for just over 100 yards. Again, the long one, that 77-yarder. Really the best throw of the day for Crone, excuse me.
And
McKinney.
Nifty
Nice
running
run.
for McKinley, yeah.
Jake
They
Cronin.
have played so much better offensively here in the second
They
half.
have. Yeah, credit to the coaches making some adjustments. They found some offense here. Conan from the defensive end made the tackle, chased the play down, and ran him down at the 50-yard line. But McKinney, an offensive line for MSU Northern, what it looked like in the first half, they had no push. They're getting some holes opened up here.
Well, I think they had a bunch of peppermint and wild orange at halftime, and it rubbed it under their hands, and there you go.
I didn't even think of that. Timeout, Carroll.
Timeout on the field with 8.5 minutes to go in the ball game, 62-7. We'll take a pause as well. Oh, this is beautiful. Ready? So 1st and 10 for the Lights right at about midfield, trying to get another score up on the board. They had that nice long 77-yard touchdown reception to Messerly. Then that next drive, remember, they put together a nice drive, 5 first downs in a row. It stalled just outside the 20. Excellent defense. Carroll that time. They're going to call a flag on
They're
that.
throwing it. They're going to throw it on Dominic Cole, but I thought I was right with you. I
Boy.
thought he had good coverage.
I thought he was outrunning the receiver.
Yeah.
It's been a fairly penalty-free second half. This may be our first penalty this second half. Nope, that punt return got called back. So maybe only the second.
Yeah, they're going to get Cole. They're going to call him for pass interference.
Well, for the few fans that are here, they don't like it.
Even when they're up 62-7, right?
Yep.
What is the most points? Is it 70 that Northern's given up this year?
Well, that's just what they gave up last game. I don't know if that's the most. Oh, another drop. Right in the hands. And Coach Van Dies is just livid about somebody. And they are going to the sidelines to hear more of it.
Seth Romley with the drop that time. That's the kid who's been visiting the trainer quite a bit today. She's helped him off the field twice.
Was that Dominic Cole or Dominic Cole? I think got chewed out. And so McBride Galt comes in for him.
Jake Conan with a tackle on the backfield, caught Zach McKinney, came firing through, put him down.
Clock running under 8 to play. It's 3rd and 12. Cron rolling to his right, takes a shot and overthrows another receiver. Excellent defensive coverage.
Really good that time.
He had to throw that high or else it's picked. That may have been Sharps who's back out there. Excuse me, Dominic Cole after getting chewed out. Or is that? It's just so hard to
Either he
tell.
or Tucker Johnson. Tucker usually plays on the far side, so I think that was Tucker. Dominic's right here. You can see him down below us there. So yeah, Tucker Johnson, great coverage.
Still on the sideline, Dominic?
Yeah, he's
still
he's
there.
standing a couple of rows deep. He hasn't worked his way back up to the front yet.
He's back in the doghouse.
Yeah.
4th and 12, they're going to go for it. Cron with time.
Messerly.
Over the middle.
Nope.
Another high throw. Had his receiver.
Yeah, McBride Galt, the redshirt freshman back there. The heir apparent, I guess, to James Dowgan at that safety position. Pretty good coverage that time.
Well, that Lights offense has not exactly been productive this year. I think one of the reasons, too, is Cron goes domestically every time.
Yes, he does.
Every time.
There's just nobody else that he's trying to throw to very often at all.
And when they hand it off, it's usually McKinley. He's had an excellent second half. On the day, he's got 70 yards. Now he has been given the ball 25 times.
True.
So Carroll takes it over on downs on the 37-yard line with 7:38 to go.
And Linder back in there at quarterback. Travis Knoll, the last time Carroll had the football, came up with over 60 yards of rushing. And that was Knoll again.
Gain of 4, 2nd and 6. Now Linder's just going to wait and patiently get that play clock down under 10. It's at 8. Not much on second down, so it's going to bring up a third down. Clock running under 7 to go.
Tyler Craig, the defensive end, in making that tackle.
Carroll might get to 300 yards on the day rushing. They're at about 281 right now.
They did give up 72 points on the last week to Eastern Oregon, and 2
72 or 70?
72,
yeah, you're right. Yep.
And a couple weeks prior to that, Southern Oregon beat them 82-9. So
Yeesh.
That's the most they've given up.
So 3rd and 4. Play clock at 4. Linder gets it off. Great penetration by the Lights defense, so they're going to shut him down here. Tackled at the 40, and so that will bring on the Carroll punting unit.
And you usually don't have a second string punter. Carroll doesn't have one. Torgerson's back out there to punt the ball away. He's had a good day punting
He
football.
has.
Yeah.
Not exactly the exuberant Reese Felton when he comes off the field with a good punt, but I saw that last one, and he had a little kind of
swagger?
a little swagger and a handshake going on with somebody on the sideline. Little inside handshake. You just got to make sure Coach Van Diest doesn't see it, and you'll be just fine.
Keep it low key if you want to stay on campus next week.
But don't take your helmet off and start dancing off the field.
No.
That doesn't cut
That's
it. It is
another
another beauty. This is a beautiful punt. Lands at about the 10-yard line and bounces out at about the 15. He has had a great day.
He really has. And Coach Van Diest is talking to him. I mean, we always notice when Coach Van Diest chomps on him, but he's high-fiving him.
Just give him a high five, yeah.
Yeah, kudos to Coach.
So, this is not a critical drive for the MSU Northern Lights.
No, we don't.
This is not a critical defensive stop either for Carroll, is it? No. So we're just running things out here, folks.
We are.
Short little gain on first down, starting this drive from the 15.
Yeah, and they've changed quarterbacks. The freshman from Belt High School, McKee Holden, number 14, has stepped in to take over for Jess Cron.
Holden McKee, right? Did you say McKee Holden?
I might have. It is Holden McKee. I'm
Okay.
getting
wonder
tired
if
of reading the names backwards now. First to last, last to first.
I was wondering
Can I
if
have
I've
some
been
more
doing it
of that
wrong
stuff?
for the last 4 years.
There you go.
Wouldn't surprise
We
me.
were going to tell you.
Wouldn't be the first.
Yeah, exactly. Bogomil up to make the tackle that time. And on the carry was Mario Gabato, not Gabato Mario.
No. Super Mario.
Yeah.
It sounds better than Super Gobato. I need some more peppermint or something.
You do. Yeah.
Oh
you-
my goodness.
You're not physically there, but you're in the tree stand right now.
Yeah. It's on the brain, isn't it?
Timeout.
Van Diest is going to call a timeout. I don't. Did he call that? He surely does not seem happy with the fact that he called a
I
timeout.
think he's asking his coaches who
He's-
called that timeout.
Whenever you see somebody walking away at that moment, you think, oh, okay. And Durbin was walking away pretty fast. He's looking at somebody to chew out. Did he find somebody? Yep, he found somebody. He's on the ground getting stretched out. He's still getting chewed out.
I think it's Conan. Is that Jake Conan down there?
Yeah, I think it is. Now he's chewing out one of the assistant coaches.
This is one of those situations where they want the timeout to last about 10 seconds. Okay, let's play ball.
Yeah,
Right?
Like an offensive substitution timeout in basketball, you know, you can say, okay, we're ready, let's go.
Yeah.
We just want to get this guy in the game.
Yeah, there is a lot of chewing out going on for a 62-7 lead.
I think it's just leftover from the Tech game.
Yeah, it could be.
Look out there, we see some substitutions at linebacker. Colton Wellhaven is out there.
The middle linebacker right now at the Mike position. Pass complete there.
Yeah, nice throw for number 14. First completion of the day for Holden. Mackey.
Mackey. Out of belt.
5'9", 170. Wow, that's a small quarterback. That's Doug Flutie-esque.
Yes, it is.
Of course, anybody listening under the age of 30 has
no
no
idea.
idea what I just said.
I believe it's some sort of musical instrument you're talking about.
Think about that. Anybody under 30 had never even saw that Hail Mary
No,
against Miami.
exactly.
I have no
And you
idea.
remember where you were when it happened. Right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Was that 1985?
Yeah.
Boston College, last play of the game against Miami. Back when Miami was very good, so it was a
Yes,
big
they
upset.
were.
Flutie won the Heisman Trophy that year. Played in the NFL and CFL.
Speculation on who the new coach will be down there.
Yeah, they didn't waste time with Golden, did they?
No.
2 passes in a row for Mackey.
This one completed number 9. Nice catch, Jet Robertson in the game. We've seen him on the return teams, but
Speaking of, there have been a lot of Division I teams that are going to be looking for a coach. South
Yes,
Carolina,
yes,
USC,
yeah,
Miami, Minnesota.
yeah, he's
Coach Krill,
Resigned.
excuse me, Coach Kill,
Yeah.
just had to resign.
health-wise couldn't play because of epilepsy.
Oh,
my
right into the
gosh.
official.
Oh Lord,
Watch out.
they're going to help him up.
Yeah, good for both teams. A Carroll and a MSU Northern player helped him up.
He's taking a
over.
second here.
Yeah.
Did anybody get the number of that truck that just ran me over?
Did you get the license plate on that one?
Exactly.
Oh, he saw it coming, but it was too late. He backpedaled a couple steps and he was on the ground. But I think he's going to be okay. Maybe not. He's checking it out.
Well, now here's the question for you. In college football, do they have a replacement official? I know they do in college basketball. There is somebody that's always
The
on the
trainer's
side.
coming out.
And
The side judge is waiting for the trainer, but the umpire's saying, "Nah, I'm okay."
yeah, he's going to wave it off. He's going to rub it.
Rub a little dirt on it. Let's
There you
play.
go.
There you go.
How about that? Under 3 minutes to go. Providing a little bit of drama here for this fourth quarter. Oh, nice shot.
Wow, big hit there. 48, 49.
What was his number? I'll catch you.
That's
there.
not Dawson Osborne,
Nope,
number
it's
40?
David Anderson.
Sophomore out of Frenchtown, and he made a big play there. So just think about it. A couple hours ago, we started this game with the police car on the field,
Yep.
right, and their PA using it to announce the seniors,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Because we didn't have any power in the facility. Here we are.
Oh, hello.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's not the way they drew it up. 2 minutes to go. 62-7. Carroll will improve to 4-4 on the season. That 3-game slide will come to an end. Is that the first 3-game losing streak for Coach Van Diest?
I
believe it is. Yeah.
Since he's took over, yes. You are correct, Peter. And you just take those things for granted when you follow Carroll College that doesn't happen to them.
Well, this is really the first time in years where you've had guys graduate and there really wasn't a next minute
No.
up. At least not of that same caliber.
Cupboard wasn't bare, it just didn't have the same quality.
Nope, another overthrown receiver on 3rd and 15. Stops the clock with 1:22 to go. I mean, you look at who they lost, and it wasn't a ton of guys, but it was perhaps one of the best linebackers ever at Carroll,
Yep.
and perhaps one of the best running backs at Carroll,
And the
Blomquist
receiver,
and Rinker.
Anthony Clark, had a tryout
Yep.
to play at the next level. Got to look at that. But yeah, they
Lost some pretty critical key kids.
And then
And we-
injuries. It's,
Injuries has just added to it. at skill positions where they were really unsure going into the season, and then when that happened, that's what happens, and you end up scrambling for kids. So a couple of games they were, their backup quarterback was running routes for him because they didn't have anybody else. They had Ryan Gregory running routes for him. We haven't seen him today, but he's played all defense, but he had a couple of turns at running on wide receiver routes for them. So it's been one of those seasons where they just patched it together throughout the entire year. Looks like they're going to take a knee here, Peter.
So total yards on the afternoon, Carroll's up over 400. I mean, they might go back down now because they're going to take a knee here a couple times. But prior to this, they're at 405, 284 yards rushing, only 121 through the air. I thought that number would have been better. Roach was 13 of 18. Lender 0 for 1. Big day for Ryan Walsh, 154 yards on 13 carries.
Yeah, Walsh ran really hard early on, and then had a few moments here in the second half. But the second half, they've been able to give the ball to some kids who haven't had a lot of carries. Connor Polson ends up with 64 yards, 49 yards for Travis Knoll.
And so that's just about going to do it. Clock winding down with 20 seconds to go, so play clock's at about 25. So MSU Northern with another tough performance. They dropped to 0-9 of the season, still winless, obviously, in Frontier Conference play. Carroll improves to 4-4 overall, and they are also 4-4 in conference play. They have not played a pretty big school outside of conference play since Portland State kind of hurt Chance Demery's senior season.
Yes.
I think Coach Carroll, Coach Van D said enough of that. So they got 2 more road games this year, at Rocky and at the College of Idaho. No playoffs this year for the Fighting Saints, but a big win today on Senior Day.
Definitely so, and it's something that these seniors will remember. They won their final home game here. Obviously disappointed that they won't be in the playoffs, but they can finish the season strong and hold their head high. Go out at 6-4 and call it a year that they'll chalk up and remember forever. So again, for Carroll College, they have, you look out there, look at all the purple in that line. They have kids everywhere. So they'll be rebuilding, they'll be back, but no playoffs this year. Something different, but it does happen. And for Coach Van Diest, I'm sure he's already working on to make sure it doesn't happen next year.
So again, our final is 62-7 for Joe McMahon and our entire hardworking crew. I'm Peter Young. Thanks again for watching. Carroll improves to 4-4 on the year. 2 games left on the road, and we'll see you for the basketball season.